Okay, so this is a lemon breakup working. So I have a lemon and I've cut it in half. And what I'm going to do is put the photographs. Well, in this case, I only have the photograph of the one person. So what I've done is basically on a separate piece of paper, I've put down what information the client has given me. So, whatever it is about the person, where they live, uh, number of their house, if you know that, first name or whatever. In this instance, I've got a name, and I've got an approximate age. That put all those details on the bit of paper, and I also made some spirit powder. That is a whole another story, so I would need to make a video on that. That is when I burn down bits of paper and create a powder. It's to create a link. But in my opinion, I'm going to be honest with you, when you do these kind of workings, uh, especially if you work with spirits, in this instance, the client is not comfortable with me working. I shouldn't really be saying it too much because it's private, but the client doesn't want any spirits from the Gracia called. So, but in my opinion, that those spirits, they know exactly where to go to. That is just my stroke on it. Everyone else may have a different opinion, but like I said, you can do these kind of spells using your own willpower, or whatever spirits that you work with. As you know, I work heavily with the Santissima Morte, and I do believe that Santissima Morte helps those that are close to me as well, if you know what I mean. For instance, family members and stuff like that. I feel that she protects those, and I think that she also cares a lot for clients that I work with, even before I call her. I think that, she knows why I'm here. So, moving on. I've got, like I said, I've got the details, and you need to put photographs. In this instance, like I said, it's the name paper back to back, because you don't want them looking into each other's eyes. And the person that you want out of the way, you need to put a black cross, an X, through that person. That is just Xing them out of that person's life that you want to connect with. So it's a big X right across the face or the name, whatever you've got. Okay, 1 second to adjust this. And let me see. So yeah, I've got a petition that will go inside the lemon as well, and you want to anoint the. I have already put bits and pieces on these photographs, but use whatever uh, breakup powders, oils, whatever you have at hand. I'm just looking for banishing because I want to banish her. Okay, so I'm just going to pop some banishing on her name paper. I'm just scared of names showing, that's why that lemon is in the way. Oh, and some breakup oil. That goes on both her photographs. 1 second. Okay, and basically in between the photographs, I like to put some cayenne powder. That is to bring up the fire element and to get them arguing, not agreeing. Some destruction powder, because at the end of the day, we want this relationship, over. Just a little bit of that because that stuff is so potent. It's really potent, and it is horrible. It's a horrible smell. Okay. And some cat and dog hair. I have more of this coming, thankfully, because I've been waiting a long time for it to arrive. It's the hardest thing to get is cat hair, believe it or not. The dog hair I can get, but the cat hair, it's not that easy to come by. Okay. Now, I like to drive a nail through the photographs. I have anointed the little, sorry for the view of my hand there, a rusty nail. I've anointed that with breakup oil, and I'm just putting that through the two photographs, and well, name paper and photograph, and I'm folding it away from me 3 times. Okay, and then anti-clockwise, I can move that now. And 1, 2, 3. So I'm folding it away because we want to push the situation away. We want them broken up, kind of thing. And I'm just going to pop that in there. You could just put the pictures back to back and place them in there, but I really like to fold them away from each other because it's moving them away, kind of thing. So that's why I do that. So I'm going to put a little bit of black salt in there, and again, it's not the protection black salt, it's black salt that is specifically for ending relationships. Some sulfur. More cayenne powder, pepper powder. Okay, and I've got some little separation herbs that I put to the side. Need a little bit of that. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to yarn that. I'm going to bind it away from me. Okay. With yarn. So I'm going to basically say that they are no longer getting along. They're fighting like cats and dogs. So again, I'm binding away from myself, and then I'm anti-clockwise-ing it and binding away. Let me see. You will break up. You have nothing in common. You realize you have nothing in common. I'm talking basically to him that he has nothing in common with her. He made a mistake. He will end all correspondence with this woman. Every time he is in this woman's company, he dislikes her more and more, and the arguments are getting so overwhelming that the only way is to leave. You will leave. No ifs, no buts. You will leave. The relationship is over. It is done. It is over. There is no going back. We're getting a little bit fiddly here. That's okay. So you can cover the whole, it's up to yourself. You can cover the whole lemon with yarn. I just do it like a little cross. I always do that. It's basically the Santísima Muerte. I always do crosses. I'm just going to tie that in 3 knots to seal the deal, basically. So 1, 2, 3. So this will sour the relationship. Lemons sour things, like so. And I just did that on a piece of white paper because it's so messy. Now I've got a mason type jar. I'm taking this a step further, so I'm popping that into the mason jar. Hopefully I'll get it in, like so. And what I'm going to do is put some of my breakup, give it a bit of a mix up, my breakup mix. So I've got vinegar, white vinegar, again some of that destruction powder, separation mix, sulfur, a little bit of graveyard dirt, and don't be frightened. The graveyard dirt is basically to call an ending, a permanent ending to the relationship. It's all about endings, so that's why there's graveyard dirt in there. It's not to kill people or anything like that. Sulfur again, sulfur is really good because along with the vinegar, sulfur will make things bubble and boil over, and that's how we want the relationship, the tempers to bubble and boil. Some cayenne powder, a little bit of chili. Again, this is to get things. Well, that one's empty. This is to get things rolling, and now we want to darken the relationship with some more of that black salt. Okay. Okay. And a little bit more destruction powder, a little bit more, because it's all about breaking it down. So I need to make more of this. Actually, I'm nearly out of that. So like I said, this is full of vinegar, lime juice, sulfur, graveyard dirt, a little bit of graveyard dirt. And again, if you're working with graveyard dirt, when you're writing a petition, be specific as to what you want to happen, a permanent end, not a permanent ending to the person's health or anything like that. You need to write on the petition exactly what you want. So for their petition, I wanted them to permanently end their relationship. So, graveyard dirt is good for that sort of thing. And I have, like I said, I have sulfur, breakup, a little mix of breakup, dog grass and stuff like that in it. I'm going to have to probably do more videos on this, and also very soon down the line, hopefully it'll be soon, I'll be able to put some oils on Etsy, oils and bits and pieces. I have an Etsy store that is so smelly, sorry. Every time I speak it's catching me. I have an Etsy store, and basically I hope to be selling charged candles, things like that in the future. That's why I opened it. And there's obviously going to be tarot readings and some spell work, but the spell work will not be coming with a video. I've reduced the spell work down fee wise because I like to, number one, be able to offer work at a reduced price, because I've said before, not everyone gets a chance to do these spells. But I also would like to do more on this channel rather than client videos. I would really like, I've been talking about this for so long, to change this channel around into more learning about the Goetia and the saints. The saints is the big one at the minute. I would really, really like to move into looking into the saints and incorporating the saints into spell work, and then maybe move on to the Goetia. That's what my next step is. So I've opened the Etsy store, and because my videos for spell work are so time consuming, it's crazy. Putting things into the uploader for YouTube is so time consuming, it's unbelievable. And then sometimes I have to make the odd edit here and there. But like I said, I'm going to be going through everyone's files, and if I owe you a video, I'll be getting that cleared up very soon. I'm still doing spell work. If you want a video, I'll be doing that, but I'll be capping numbers. Or you can go through Etsy and do it that way. But anyway, I should be talking about the client here. So it's important, if you could keep a very positive mind frame, that these two will break up. If you can take a few minutes each night and focus on either you and him together, or you could focus on you, him together, your future, and also see in your mind's eye the two of them parted company. They're no longer together. If you find that difficult, because some clients say to me, I don't like thinking about the two of them, that's okay. Just focus on the two of you. Don't worry about that. But if possible, just see the two of them arguing, fighting, not getting along. It's good to train your mind. The mind is all, at the moment. So do that. and you know, really focus on the two of you connecting again and that sort of thing. But yeah, I'm going to put in some smashed light bulb into this. I'm going to anoint a black candle. I've got some pins and where'd they go? Some pins, not that one. I've got some pins and some nails, some smashed light bulb. And I'm going to put a little bit of alum powder in there as well, actually, because alum powder will get them to stop speaking to each other. Alum powder is great for getting people to shut up. So, and yeah, so I'll probably put a little bit more bits and pieces. I don't like to give everything away because sometimes on the channel, sometimes people duplicate what I'm doing, and there's just things there I would like to hold back because I don't want anyone getting into any sort of trouble with regards to oils and working with different things. Some of the herbs I work with can be quite dangerous. They're, you know, toxic, especially the doom side of things. Doom powders. I have a doom incense here that is quite toxic. So, you know, when I use it, I don't like using it in the house. I have a little place outside that I would use the doom powders, doom incenses. Incenses isn't the word, incense. But anyway, I'm going to finish this jar off and get a candle and get it lit. And just give me 1 second.